Alright, everybody, hello and welcome. As always, I'm Sean. This is In the Mixer, episode number 6 of our St Pauli series. I haven't accidentally called it FC Isle of Man in a while. I'm sure that's coming throughout the course of this episode and throughout the course of the next few weeks, but we're getting in the habits. We're now starting to look at St Pauli as being the main save on the channel, which is fantastic to see. I am over that initial hurdle, that initial bump where I'm trying to wrap my head around the game itself. I'm greatly enjoying the TCS skin. Please go and check that one out in the description below. I think it's helping my enjoyment of the game and the matchday experience quite a bit, which is fantastic to see. And I think we're starting to get dialed into a tactic that's really working for our side and working for our structures. We've got 3 huge games to finish off the season. We're going to try and bring you as much of that run home in today's episode as well. There is still potential that we might, an outside chance to make an automatic promotion spot and maybe a closer chance to try and make that playoff against one of the sides in the Bundesliga itself. So huge amount of stuff happening in today's episode. We're not going to waste too much time. We're going to bring you as much of it as humanly as possible by jumping straight in. So, as things can currently stand, or as you can currently see, we're in 4th position, 31 games played, plus 15 goal difference and 54 points for the season. We have won 15 games, drawn 9 and lost 7 during that period. It's not a bad record by any stretch, but we are 1 point behind Jan Regensburg. Still don't know how to pronounce it. Let me know in the comment section below. In 3rd position, they would play the bottom 3, or the 3rd bottom side from the Bundesliga in that automatic promotion. Not automatic promotion. What am I saying? I'm losing the ability. I'm having a meltdown and we haven't even started the games yet. This doesn't bode well for the episode, but it would see us have the playoff or the promotion relegation playoff against that side. No spoilers, as things currently stand, that would be FC Augsburg, who have some decent players. Potentially Werder Bremen can move up into that spot. Bielefeld could drop that down into it as well in the last few games of the year. I think Frankfurt are clear. I think Stuttgart and Hertha, they're all clear as well, but there's a few different sides that could potentially drop into that position. But before we worry too much about that, we've got to focus on our games. We are, of course, playing 2nd placed Bochum in the first game that we're going to bring you guys today. We've then got Paderborn, who are in 13th, as a second match, and then Osnabrück to finish off the season. If we get a good result against Bochum, I think we might leave that Paderborn game out, play it off screen, and then see the scenario for the last day of the year. But we will see how those results go. Otherwise, it's pretty much a full squad to pick from. We went through the tactic a little bit in Wednesday's episode. But with this positive structure is currently working really well for us. When we want to try and kill a game dead, this possession-based instruction is working really well just to stop either side having highlights or chances, which is perfect. It's what we didn't do well enough last year. And then we've got this attacking structure, which we can use and pull out of the hat if we need to go super aggressive and try and get a goal late onto a fixture and late on into a contest. But otherwise, we're in really good shape. The lineup that we're going to go with here in the first game is Losas in goal, Bella Kotchap and Amini as the defensive partnership. They've both been fantastic, particularly Amini since joining in January. Luca Netz on the left wing back spot. He's jumped up to 2.5 star current role ability, which is fantastic to see. Gunderland over at right wing back. He's been excellent for us as well. Sandra Lanka midfield as that halfback. I'm loving the way the halfback is dropping into the in possession instructions, really. They drop back in with the centre backs and we almost become a back 3 in possession. It's fantastic to see. It lets our wing backs get further forward. Gibur will play as the box to box. Becker will play as the Mazzala on attack. Zebalos is the inverted winger on the left hand side. Dashner is the Ramduter on the right. And Arezo, the advanced forward, leads the line up top. He was fantastic for us earlier this week. Hopefully he'll continue a good run of scoring form in the next few days. We're going to go positive away from home. We're going to go after it. If we're going down in this match against a very good Bochum side, we are going down swinging. We do have one ex-Bochum player, Armel Bella Kotchap. We, of course, picked him up from Bochum. He made 16 first-team appearances for them before making the move across. €5 million, the biggest money signing that we've made thus far. Crazy considering they bought him on a free back when he must have been quite young. And he's been excellent for us this season, 7.14 as an average rating. Absolutely fantastic stuff. So he's really the one connection the two groups have. I'm going to go passionate. We're going to say, or maybe outstretched arms. Go out there, carry straight on from where you finished the last match. A few players seem motivated, which is good. We haven't quite got the forwards in there, so I'm going to tell them that I've got faith in Arezo, and I might tell the midfielders as well that I've got faith in them, and at least we've gotten Dashner and Zebalos now motivated as well. So that's a little bit of a bonus. They are playing a 4-2-3-1. If you think back to last year's version of the game, FN20, every big club played a 4-2-3-1. It is still very balanced in this year's version of the game. Hopefully our 4-3-3 matches up well against it. But we are in good form. I think we're in slightly better form than Bochum coming into this fixture as well, which is going to help us quite a bit. But it will be a challenge. These are one of, I think, the better sides in the division this season. And it doesn't kill our promotion chances dead. We'll keep one eye on the Regensburg game as well to see their result. First highlight here, though, thrown on the left-hand side for Bochum. Good backstick ball, and Losas was scrambling, but thankfully just over the crossbar. Good deep cross in there early from the Bochum fullback. Riedensburg playing Dusseldorf away. Dusseldorf didn't provide much resistance against us in Wednesday's episode, but hopefully they'll improve a little bit today and do us a massive favour as they try and pick up points. Another highlight here again, deep possession starting with Bochum. It's a long one forward. Sandry wins it back in midfield. Ball in behind wasn't to anyone in particular, but they go all the way back to the keeper and switch it out left-hand side. Good clearance from the keeper there. And now Gamvula's gotten goal side, left-hand side of the goal, and he's found the finish. Sylvain Gamvula, 24th goal of the season. That is a phenomenal strike rate across the course of the season. And I tell you what, I think this was the goalkeeper release ball. That's the one that killed us there. Just cleared our entire midfield and forward press. Got in that half space and had to get to the defender to commit. Once Armini went to the ball, he left that spot in behind for Gamvula to run into, and Bella Kotchap couldn't close the angle in time. Keeper couldn't get the angle right. Good left-footed finish into the bottom left-hand corner. Good goal, it must be said. We're going to hit pause, or we might let this highlight play out. If this goes Bochum's way, we're going to make an adjustment. Good shutdown there by Sandry. Otavio, long ball forward. Armini with a good header. Gabur loses out in midfield, and then a strike from the wide area. We're going to make a tactical change. Do we want to go attacking though, or do we want to go possession? We're going to go attacking. Let's just see how it goes for 15 minutes. So let's hit play. Let's confirm that change, and then we're also going to use a demand more shout with about 10 minutes, maybe 12 and a half remaining in the half itself. Dashner with the flick on header. It's back by Leach, long ball over the top, and Gamvula has gotten goal side again, and he's found the finish. Okay, we're 2-0 down now, so what are we going to do? Are we too aggressive? Maybe we need to go possession-based for the next 10 minutes or so. But this space in behind is what is killing us at the moment. This is just a straight clearance over the top. And Bella Kotchap and Armini both get dragged to the same man. Gamvula peels off the shoulder. He's got way too much space to get in behind there. Losas does come out. Nets tries to recover, but he's on a perfect hat-trick here. One with his left, one with his right. If he gets that header, I will probably just crawl under the desk for a little bit. So far, we haven't had any shots. We've just had our first one heading into injury time of the first half, so not great from us. But as halftime is called, 8 shots, 3 on target, 53% possession for Bochum, 2 shots, 1 on target, 47% of the ball for St Pauli. We haven't done much damage at all. We're going to go into the dressing room. We're going to go thrash arms because I just don't think throwing the water bottle actually does anything. I'm going to say far from pleased with what I saw from this team. A few players seem motivated. Let's make that tactical tweak. Let's really go after it here in the second half. Let's get our inverted winger on attack. Let's get our Ram Deter on attack. Let's get the Messiah on attack as well. Fullbacks are already on attack. Let's get this sweeper keeper up on support. If we're going to play that high line, let's get him coming out a little bit more aggressively. Maybe let's even put him at attack. Fuck it, why not? We've got nothing to lose at this point. A few players on 6.4, 6.5s. We'll give it 15 more minutes to see how they respond and how they might try and pick themselves back up in the second half. Bella Kotchap has the highest average rating so far in the match, but we've conceded 2 goals. So how good could our defence be playing today? Deep free kick here though, Bella Kotchap, forward to Nets, back to Bella Kotchap again, ball over the top here for Arazo, but it's gone to Leach, the left-sided centre-back for Bochum. Now Holtman coming forward on the left-hand side. Good overlap there from Otavio, the left-back. Back to Holtman again, backstick ball towards Icefield. We're getting torn apart in this game. Bochum have, quite rightly, I think, just absolutely pasted us in this one, and they have walked from end to end. They're saying Luca Nets has got a change that we need to make. Good ball here from Holtman, and Icefield just peels off Bella Kotchap, who I don't think has played as well as perhaps his match rating is dictating at the moment, as far as the highlights we've seen anyway. We're going to hit pause. Let's make some changes. Dashner's not played particularly well, so Maury Bamber will come on. Juan Rodriguez comes on for Luca Nets with that knock at the same time. They're saying Losas hasn't played well. They're saying Zeballos hasn't played particularly well either. Let's give these both a team talk. I'll tell them we've got faith in them. And then you know what? I also need to change the role for Bamber. He can't do that round to Tur. So we'll set him to be an inverted wing on attack. And then let's also just demand more. Why not? We haven't had any highlights to speak of from the side so far. We do have a goal kick here, but Otavio's going to win it back. Gundogan with a long crossfield switch. Arazo was there, but DeCarli wins it back for Bochum. Becker, now Gundogan. We're not really getting back into our rhythm here. It's a poor back pass, and Gamvula's gotten goal side, and thankfully Losas with a good save presents the hat-trick. Cuts it back to Icefield though. Again, Losas with a huge save. Not getting any help from his defensive compatriots there. The midfield tracking was very poor. Throw in, left-hand side, Rodriguez to take. Looks towards Zeballos. There's a player there. He manages to keep possession. Rodriguez again, back to Zeballos. Gets it back on his right foot and goes to strike. He's clipped the inside of the post, and then it makes its way out for a goal kick. Not bad. Little bit of a strike, little bit of fire in us. Maybe we can try and pull something back here. Try and improve our goal difference, which could be huge in the run home. DeCarli, back to Leach. All the way back to who's the keeper? Riemann? We'll go with that. Ball forward, cut back by Bamba, and he's found a Rezo goal side. Can he find the finish? The little Uruguayan, he's closed down well by the defence. They just closed in on him and took the angle away. Gambula now to Pandovic. Thankfully, the highlight comes to an end. We've got 10 minutes remaining. We've got one more sub up our sleeve. Kabua, they're saying, hasn't played well. We'll bring on Uriarte as the box-to-box. Actually, you know what? We're going to bring on Arimu as the box-to-box because I think he's just a little bit stronger physically. And then we're also going to take off Areza. We're going to bring on Louis Carbonell, who played quite well, I think, for the Spanish under-19 side during the gap between games. Got 2 assists during that one. If he can find the back of the net, that will help us quite a bit. We're going to hit demand more as well. Long clearance forward here, finds Armini into Becker. Good switch out to the left-hand side. Zeballos will get there first. Can he find the finish? It's a fantastic save, and it's actually brought back for an offside in the build-up. Zeballos just went a little bit early, but even then, the keeper, fantastic save. Icefield, who scored the third, wide free kick. Good header away. It's going to come to Carbonell. Good little reverse pass there, finds Becker. He's got players to the left and right. Goes to the right-hand side to Gundeland. Zeballos making his way towards back stick, and he just goes for a wild strike in the end, never really troubling the keeper. We have at least had highlights in the second half, so we have responded somewhat. It's just a case of too little too late and not finishing our chances well enough. That's been the difference between the two sides, really. Losas out to Armini. Long ball forwards poor. He had numbers there on the right-hand side if we had worked that a bit better. Back to Riemann. Clip over the top to Otavio, who's had a very good game at left back. Rodriguez wins it back. Now Bella Kotchap out to Zeballos on the left wing. Ball in behind for Carbonell. Can turn a defender. Wide left area. What can he do? The strike is wild. Didn't look like it was troubling the keeper and well over. Actually, no, I take that back. It must have been deflected because it's given us a corner. Zeballos with a good ball in and a great diving save there from Riemann. Comes out and claims the inbound cross. Ball out here to Bamba. Last highlight as we head into additional time. Can we try and pull something back here, lads, just to save a bit of character? Gundeland's given it away. Good recovery there from Sandri in midfield, though. Always busy. Carbonell, reverse pass to Becker. 1v1 with the keeper. Can he find the finish? He can indeed. It's very late. 92nd minute, we've pulled one back. But can we try and get any late drama? We're going to just encourage everybody. Can we get one more? If we make this 3-2, it's going to help our goal difference quite a bit. And that could come down to it at the end of the day. A 3-goal margin is not the best heading into the last 2 games of the season. Becker in possession, and the highlight has finished, and at full time, a 3-1 defeat in the end, 14 shots, 7 on target, 2.19 XG, one of the highest XG ratings I've seen this season, and a 52% possession for Bochum, 10 shots, 6 on target, 1.29 XG, and 48% possession for St Pauli. Again, our defence has done quite well. It's been a recurring theme where they're not playing terribly, even though we are conceding quite a few goals. Sandri and Becker getting amongst it as well. Becker, with that goal, would be our best player on the day, a 7.4. I'm just going to say calmly, I'm not happy with your performance, and a few players seem motivated. Bella Kotchap apparently demotivated. He just doesn't seem to respond well to anything that I say at the moment. And it does see us drop down into 5th position. Heidenheim have leapfrogged above us on 13 goals as well. They must have a better head-to-head record or they've scored more goals. And it means Regensburg, with a 94th minute winner, very frustratingly, beat Fortuna Dusseldorf 1-0. So they go 4 points clear. So it makes it our task to try and make it into those promotion spots and that playoff position very, very difficult. I think what we'll do is we're going to play the Paderborn game off screen. So Magic of Editing, we will jump past that Paderborn game. I'll tell you guys the result, and then we'll go through the lineups and the scenario in the last game of the season against Osnabrück. Magic of Editing, I'm going to jump forward to that now. All right, so jumping forward. Now, we should go into the first result, actually, before we jump into anything else. We did beat Paderborn 1-0. Arezzo with the goal in that one. It was a little bit like kind of squeaky bum time in terms of the league itself and just kind of maintaining our position. But other results have gone our way in that fixture. So, Jan Regensburg currently 1 point ahead of us, 33 games played plus 8 goal difference, which is well behind ours. Heidenheim also got the win and they stay above us at the moment. Equal on points on 57 points, but 15 goal difference. So we're very, very tight there. It could come down to in the final day of the season who can score the most goals and who can get the most wins. And that's kind of what we're going to employ in our tactic. So we're an outside chance to make it into 3rd position if Jan Regensburg lose their game. They're going to be playing Paderborn, who we just kind of scraped by last time out. I don't think Paderborn are going to do us any favours, but a draw would be enough. A draw is enough if we win. For Heidenheim, it's a little bit different. If they lose or draw their game, fantastic for us. We need Braunschweig to do us a favour in that one. If they win, though, we have to win by more goals. So at least a 1-goal advantage to that. Now you can see here, if we're level on goal difference at the end, I think it goes on goals for, which we're currently 7 goals behind. I don't see us catching that, to be completely honest. So if we can get ourselves like a good 3-0, 4-0 win or something like that, and they even only scrape like a 1-goal margin, that would be fine. We would still go above them by having a more positive goal difference, which would be perfect. We need a lot to go our way, but
first thing and the most important thing we have to do is win our game, and this is how we're going to do it. Squad is thankfully fully fit, so we don't have to have too many concerns or issues there. Tactically speaking, there's a part of me that just wants to push everyone to attacking. I'm going to do it for the inverted winger on the other side. So we've got 4 attacking roles out there. Now we've got 6 attacking roles out there, including the fullbacks, and I'm going to get the sweeper keeper a little bit more aggressive as well. Let's set them to attack also. So this is super aggressive. We're really going to go after it. We're going to go attacking from the off. We're going to try and score as many goals as humanly possible. And then we're just going to keep our fingers crossed that results elsewhere go our way as well. But the lineup that we're going with, final game of the season, Losas in goal, Bella Kochap and Amini is the defensive partnership, Luca Netz at left wing back, Gundeland at right wing back, Sandriel Anchor as the halfback at the base of midfield, Gabu as a box-to-box, Becker as the Mazzala on attack, Zebalos as the inverted winger on attack, Dashner as the ram deter, and Arezo leading the line up top as the advanced forward. He's finally scoring and winning us games. We need him to try and continue and get a few goals for us today. That would be absolutely perfect. Tactical meeting, they haven't given us too much. They want us to make some changes that are largely just moving different people around, so we're not going to worry too much about that. And everyone seems okay with it. Vikov is still not happy with whatever else. He's back fully fit, but I'm still not playing him at the moment. We'll see how upset he gets at the end of the season about his playing time. Osnabrück haven't really pulled up any stumps at any point. They are telling us to press Ludovic Arais, who could be a decent player. Yeah, he's ex-Barcelona, so he's got a bit about him. Was it Groningen and then Barcelona B and then Osnabrück, which is a weird career path to track, but he's done quite well. He's actually only on loan from Barcelona, so he'll head back, but he could be a decent player that we have to keep an eye on. I'm going to go pump fist and say, avenge what happened when we last played Osnabrück, and most have responded motivated, which is absolutely perfect. That's what we need to see. And really, if we just get a win and finish the season in as high a position as possible, that'd be fantastic. Even if we don't make top 3, I'm not going to be crushed. We are also using the fantastic TCS skin, which I am absolutely loving. Make sure you go and check that one out in the description. Every time it comes up now on the screen, I'm like, oh, this is much better than what it was previously. First highlight, Aldini, 19 minutes in for Osnabrück. All the way back to Guggenig. Long ball forwards flicked on. Now Kirk in midfield. Gabua could switch out to the right. Nets just needs to stand up at Dini. Good ball towards back stick. Losas comes out and punches it. He puts it back in. It's a great save again from Losas. So this is one of those things where potentially we've gone too attacking and we're now killing our own time because we've got too many people running forward into the same spaces. So if this doesn't work and we don't get a highlight in, like, let's say the next 10 minutes of the game, we're going to switch back and go to positive and see if that can do it, because our XG is absolutely trash and so is theirs, to be fair. All right, so we're going to hit pause, 30 minutes in. Let's drop back to this positive structure. You can see Dashner and Zebalos not playing as well. Dashner can stay as attacking and Zebalos can drop back to be an inverted wing on support. I'm going to keep Losas though. Let's get him on support instead of attacking. Let's try that. And then let's also use a shout. Let's use a demand more. We've got our first throw in on the right-hand side. Dashner does lose out. Schmidt plays forward to Santos. Now Ehorst in midfield for Osnabrück. Armini wins it back well and plays a good little triangle there with Gundeland and Gabua. Good reverse pass, finds Arezo. He's got players out here on the left. Goes back to Gabua. Sends it out to the overlap for the Nets. Good ball. Tries to get a deep cross in. Arezo's there. It's headed away. Now Ehorst is going to come forward for Osnabrück, and he's looked to send Santos in behind Armini with a great clearance. Nets does well to slow down Rice. Oh, Zebalos has gone to ground for no reason. They just walk past him. Let's put us behind the 8 ball a little bit. Good ball back here, and Arezo's won it back in a great area. He's got a long way to go, though, on halfway. Can he get it back on his favoured right foot? He can't. Kuhn with a good save pushes it over the crossbar. Dashner here from the corner. Right-hand side towards back stick. Arezo was there again. Sandri's going to get the chance to put it back in. Sends it out wide right to Dashner. Can he drag the defender across? It's a poor cross, to be fair. Ehorst again, who's been busy on the counter-attack for them. Sandri tidies up really well at the base of midfield. Dashner's got Gundeland outside him, and the highlight just comes to an end at perhaps the best highlight we've seen from ourselves so far. Throw in here deep, though, on the left-hand side. Reichel with the ball for Osnabrück. Dashner does well to bring it back, and he's got miles of space in front of him. Taffet Chauffeur trying to get across. Good ball to Arezo in one-on-one with goalkeeper, and he finds the finish. We spoke about needing Arezo to try and find the back of the net for us today. And I tell you what, Dashner has done a mountain of work there. Maybe he's just had the added advantage of not having as many people trying to attack the same space as him, because he gets an absolute acre to try and run into. Ends up in the end dragging 3 defenders across. Ball across for Arezo. Lovely touch. Rifles that one with his right foot. Maybe a little bit outside of the right foot into the bottom left-hand corner. Kuhn in goal could do absolutely nothing about it. And it would see us move up 1 spot on the table. So we've got Regensburg still needing to drop points. Zebalos in possession. Switch over to Dashner, who's been busy here in the last few minutes. A good save from Kuhn. Got out, made himself big, forces it out for the corner. Becca with the corner, be a lefty to take it this time. She'll curl back towards the keeper. It's a poor ball, to be fair. It runs all the way through to the other side, and Santos goes long. And halftime gets called. So at halftime, 1 shot, 1 on target, 0.27 XG, and 49% possession for Osnabrück. 6 shots, 6 on target, 51% of the ball for St Pauli, and 0.86 XG. So we've snagged a goal in there somewhere. It did take us a little while to get going, but I think after we made that adjustment to positive, it has helped us a little bit trying to create some space in behind. I'm going to go pump fists or outstretched arms. No, pump fists. And we'll say, give the fans something to cheer today. No one's noticed, so let's go. There's a lot more to come from you for the defenders. There's a lot more to come from you for the midfielders. There's a lot more to come from you from the attackers. And that seems to have done the job. A couple seem motivated now, so we've picked them up a little bit. We might hit pause as well at the same time. And let's have a look at the current situation. So at the moment, Heidenheim also 1 goal up to Braunschweig. They've got Jamal Musiala, who's a bit of a wonder kid in this year's game, on loan from Bayern Munich. So no wonder he's doing the damage for them. Regensburg still drawing against Paderborn, so there is potential if we can score a couple of goals here, we could get above Heidenheim and into that 3rd place playoff position. As unlikely as that sounds, we'll give it 15 minutes, and then we might have to go ham and throw all of our attacking instructions on there just to try and get as many goals as humanly possible. Long ball forward here, first highlight of the second half. Ehorst has been decent, it looks like, for Osnabrück. He's been involved in quite a few of the highlights we've seen. Beeman with the long ball forward, Losas comes out and claims, makes it maybe unnecessarily acrobatic in coming out to get that ball forward. Losas, long one forward. Reichel puts it back in. Sandri, good header, finds Gabor in midfield. Now Becca, reverse pass for Erezo. Found a good little pocket of space. Got a lot of work to do though, and he's been brought down in the box. This could potentially be huge for us if we can find the finish here. I think it's going to be a penalty. They're surrounding the referee. They're going to VAR. So he says it's a penalty. All right, who's going to take it? Is it Becca or Erezo? I need this penalty decision to leave. It's Dashner in the end. I'm not sure what his penalty take is like. Huge game for him though, and it's an excellent penalty, low onto the right-hand side of the keeper. Now, what does that do to the season so far? We're going to check out the live table here in a second. And then we're also going to have a look at how things are going in the other games. Dashner, low onto the right of the keeper. Excellent, excellent penalty. Couldn't be beaten again on his left-hand side. Not his strongest area. So it does put us level on goal difference, plus 16 with Heidenheim. They've got a corner here though, Kirk to take. It's headed back across and they've found another goal. Of course they have. Just as I thought we've found our second goal, this is where we put our foot down and we go and get 3 or 4. Instead, they've pulled one back from a set piece. Kirk, left-footed corner towards backstick. It's a powerful header back across goal. Santos is there. Gundogan was right there as well. Losas can't get to it either. And that kind of kills us a little bit, I'm not going to lie. But 30 minutes, we can try and get a few goals in the last few minutes. Heidenheim still winning 1-0. Regensburg still drawing. So everything else is going our way. We just need to find a couple more goals to get ahead of Heidenheim as things stand, or hope that Braunschweig can try and find some sort of equaliser for us. I'm going to switch back to attacking. We're going to go with Losas on support because I think that helped him a little bit. We're going to leave Zebalas on support as well. As far as match ratings are concerned, they're saying Zebalos hasn't played particularly well. We're going to bring on Bamba. I'm going to switch his sides with Dashner. Dashner can be a rampeteur or an inverted winger on the left-hand side. That works. And Bamba can be an inverted winger on the right. That also works. Gundogan, I don't think he's played terribly, but we'll bring on Vikov. Just fresh legs on that right-hand side. Hopefully that can get us a little bit. We'll give these guys team talks. Okay, none of these have ever worked. Outstretched arms, pump fists. I have faith in you. And none of them seem particularly interested in doing anything. All right, we can hit play, and now we've got to use a shout. Let's go encourage. Let's try that. Deep free kick here. Bella Kotchap to take. Across now to Dashner, who switched sides. Back to Bella Kotchap. Into Dashner again. Good reverse pass there to Razor. Lovely touch around the defender. Can he find the finish? We needed him to find that one. I think that was a big opportunity. And he just screws it wide of the far post, which isn't ideal. I can use a demand more shout with about 20 minutes to go. Again, because the way that it's displayed this year, I can't tell from the body language if I've got the feedback without actually changing like the display, and I don't want to. I want to be able to see everything. And we've gotten into the last 10 minutes, so I need to hit pause. We've got one more sub up our sleeve. Saying Losas hasn't played well, saying Gabor could do a little bit more. Let's get Arimu out there for Gabor. And let's just go 2 Mazzalas on attack. Let's get them flying forward. Let's get the inverted wingers attacking as well at the same time. And as things currently stand, it would mean that we have to wait for other results to come back and do well for us. Might also switch back to positive because I think attacking is just, they're dropping off a bit, obviously, and it's making it very easy for them. Everybody on attack that I can get on attack, I think that's probably the easiest way to do it. But still, just on positive. Remo hasn't really responded. Now, as things currently stand, Heidenheim would go into the third place playoff. Regensburg would drop down. It's now 1-1 in their game, both sides having scored. All right, so we're going to hit that, and we're going to do one more demand more shout. Please, 4 minutes of additional time. We need some late drama in one of these games for us to get through, and I don't think it's gone our way, to be honest. So, in the end, Osnabrück 5 shots, 3 on target, 0.48 XG, and 55% possession. St Pauli 11 shots, 9 on target, 2.05 XG, and 45% of the ball. Armini, Dashner, and Razor amongst our best. Dashner with a goal and an assist. An excellent performance from him. We got what we want tonight. A thoroughly professional job. Well done. Let's just go with that. And a few seem inspired and motivated, which is good. Now, what has happened as far as the league table is concerned? We finish in 4th spot. So Heidenheim eventually leapfrog Regensburg on the last day of the season, and that plus 16 goal difference. So the truth is, we didn't score that third goal, which we needed to get ahead of Heidenheim anyway. So it doesn't just kill us, the fact that we conceded there, but it is disappointing. In the end, Regensburg actually lost. Paderborn scoring in the 94th minute to get above them. And that first half goal from Musiala enough to get Heidenheim through. But to get so close and to fall so short, it feels not great, but we have had a good season. I'm pretty proud of the way that we've gone, considering where we started the season in terms of like media expectations and all the players that were brought in and all that sort of stuff. We get 14.82 million euros, which is fantastic. 4th place in the Bundesliga too. That's perfect. Erzgebirge fall into the 3 Liga, or the Regional Liga, I think it's called as well. Jump forward just a little bit. Let's see our end of season awards and everything before we finish up. Oh, here we go. This is a new thing. So I haven't actually seen this yet. So FC St Pauli end of season review 2020-2021. The new arrivals, it's saying, is the first bit, and there's a few that have come in. Bella Kotchap, Sandri, Armini, Bala, Zebelos, Losas, Rodriguez, Nets, The Finger, Gundeland, Gebua, Arezo, Williamson, Bamba, McGee, Carbonell, Uriarte. I'm not sure how many of these guys will actually be here next season, but we will go and have a look at our squad and what we need to change. I don't need to do too much, and I've got to keep in mind during this upcoming off-season that I spent quite a bit last year in like future fees, so we can't like bankrupt the club. I've made that mistake before in series that you guys have seen on the channel. But in the end, 34 games played, 17 wins, 9 draws, 8 defeats, plus 15 goal difference and 60 points. We were only 10 points off the champions in the end. Given how poorly we started the series, and you don't have to go that far back in episodes to see us not doing particularly well and struggling to make the top half, that's not bad. If we can start better and be in a better form in the early part of next season, we could absolutely challenge for a title and go up as champions. Board expectation was top half. We finished 4th. That's well above that. 27,687 average home attendance. 93% of the stadium sold out. Louis Carbonell with 9 goals is the leading scorer for the season. And a C+ board confidence. I don't know. I feel like that one's a bit harsh, but anyway, whatever. That's okay. Competition results. I think the biggest win we had was against Karlsruhe, a 3-0 victory. Also beat Jan Regensburg 3-0, Sandhausen 3-0, Fortuna Dusseldorf 3-0. Biggest defeat, a 4-1 reverse fixture against Regensburg. 3-1 defeat against Bochum also wasn't great, but we didn't get absolutely belted a whole lot. Just that one defeat. Moments to remember, a 3-0 victory against Karlsruhe they brought up, 2-0 over against Hamburger SV, which you guys saw earlier in the week. 2-0 victory against Würzburger Kickers as well. Carbonell at the double with that one. Finances are doing okay. Most of our revenue is through sponsorship and competition prize money, which is fantastic. Merchandise sales at Rezo right at the top. Becker, Bella Kotchap, Dashner, and Kabua, the other ones in that top 5. Our 4-3-3, they've gone with Carbonell up front, which I think is interesting because I thought he struggled for quite a fair bit of the season, but I guess he was our leading scorer in the end. They've gone with Bamba on the right, which I'm very surprised by. I thought Zebelos was great since he joined in January. Rodriguez over Nets at left back, but otherwise it's pretty close to our finishing lineup, the lineup that we ended the season with. Bamba makes it in with an average rating of 6.68. That just shows how much we struggled on that right-hand side throughout the course of the year, that he and Dion McGee really couldn't get the season going. Player awards, Bella Kotchap gets Fans Player of the Season and Young Player of the Season. Signing of the season goes to Maury Bamba, which is weird considering we also signed Bella Kotchap this year. Goal of the season, Louis Carbonell. Top goal scorer, Louis Carbonell. Thomas Gundeland from right back got the most assists. Most player of the match, Luca Dashner with 5, and highest average rating, 7.1 for Armel Bella Kotchap. Most overall goals by a player in a season, broken by Louis Carbonell. I hope we can do better next season, to be honest. 2 goals in a match, the most of any player. Most clean sheets by a player, Federico Losas. He just fell short of that record, but maybe he'll get it next year. We don't know. Youngest player was Max Norman Williamson. Highest transfer fee paid, Bella Kotchap, 5 million euros. I'd say that will stay our record for quite a while. And youngest goal scorer, 17 years and 160 days for Louis Carbonell. Initial budget for next year, 145k a week and 5.34 million transfer budget. Absolutely fantastic stuff. They still just want us to maintain top half finishes, which is perfect. That's not too much pressure. I think we can do that again next season. Becker, Dashner, and Bella Kotchap are our most influential players at the moment. I'm sure that will recalculate as we head into a new season as well. Okay, maybe I should stick in line with the board expectations, which is it's been a long season and I hope you all have a good break. You're going to need to come back fully refreshed because I'm aiming to finish in the top half next time around. And everyone's responded positively, and Bella Kotchap has said we can finish in the top half, and I'm going to praise them and say exactly the sort of reaction I was after. And then once you all return from holidays, we can discuss promises for next season, because I don't want to say I'm going to play them all and then sign replacements for them. That's really the only concern that I've got. Everybody else seems to finish the season in relatively high morale, though. We've done a good job of keeping everybody on board and happy. Managerial support's way up. It started way down at the start of the season because of my inexperience. Dressing room atmosphere also very good at the moment, which is fantastic to see. They're giving us like a pre-season report of who we've got. Luke and Nets might be an area to strength. Losas might be an area to strength. Definitely the right wing is an area to strength. And we're doing a pre-season training camp in Hamburg, Germany. Is it really a pre-season training camp if we don't leave the city? Probably not. It's probably just pre-season training. And we might see if we can extend these loans automatically. Can we do that? Can I make it end of next season? Is that going to work? Let's go with that. Okay, Bocca's pretty happy with that one for Zebalos. Sandry might be a bit more of a struggle. They want us to pay his whole wage, which is fine. Luca Nets, can we get him again as well? The idea behind this is, okay, they want to give him first team football, which to be honest is a surprise because I don't know if he's 100% ready just yet. But yeah, that'll be the big struggle. I think what we want to do is refresh these loans and then try and negotiate fees to sign them permanently during the off season. But if we can at least refresh the loans and make sure they're here and that we're keeping this whole group together, that will be huge for us as well. And then there's a couple of fringe players that we might look to try and get better replacements in for, or get better players in to try and add to our depth and try and increase the kind of 2 player per position rule that I try and work with for the off season. We've got a huge shortlist of players. Some of the best players in the world are on the shortlist. I don't think that I'm going after the likes of Camavinga or anything like that just yet. I'm just keeping them on there because that would be an ideal thing to try and bring in throughout the course of this series, some of the best young players, and see how they turn out in the future years. But I think that brings us to the end. Season 1, done. It's in the books. Now we pick ourselves back up and try and win the title next year. Now, if you want to support the channel and go that little bit further, you can drop a like on this video, help us celebrate getting to the end of our first season, albeit in this very delayed series. You can also subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on all of our future videos as they release right throughout the 2020, what is left of 2020, which isn't much left, and then all throughout 2021 as well until we get to our Pentagon Challenge. More than anything though, guys, I just appreciate you watching. The support on this series and the first season has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you to everyone who's left comments, who's dropped likes, who's joined the channel in the last couple of weeks. I appreciate it a tremendous amount. But as always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.